Mama praying for me, but I'm out late. Out here running the streets, get paid. Ducking, dodging police. Bloody tears roll down my face. Mama praying for me, but I'm out late.
Alright, y'all, we back at it one more gang. Louis gang. Getting unloaded up here in High Point, North Carolina. The home of Fantasia Barrino. I see why she's so country. It's country up here, man. But yeah, man, we over here at KAO Specialties. Another chemical plant, man. You know, doing a damn thing once again. Check it out, Louis gang. I done been sitting in the front for like 2 hours. So we already on detention time. And yes, we getting that bag right now. We are definitely about to get that bag. Okay. So today, one of the subscribers hit me up and wanted me to do a video on the pros and cons of a older truck versus a newer truck. You know what I mean? And like basically at the end of the day, it's up to you what you find, your finances, your credit, everything. You know what I mean? It's all that gonna play a role in how successful you be. Like me personally, in my opinion, I'd rather have an older truck because I don't have to do the E-log thing. I don't have that DEF system on my truck. And like overall, I found a good truck. You know what I mean? Like my truck, it goes in the shop, but when it goes in the shop, it's like minor stuff. Shit that ain't gonna cost me too much. You know what I mean? Like I think my biggest bill on this truck since I had it far as going in the shop was like $1,100. You know what I mean? That ain't nothing. You know what I mean? I don't have no truck payments. So, you know, like I don't have the breakdowns that the newer trucks usually have, but I don't have no warranty either. You know? But like the parts for my truck, they not expensive. Like I was told that Caterpillar engines are very expensive to work on. Like this particular one that I have a 3406B, which is an older mechanical engine. It's not like the C15s and everything, so my parts really ain't that expensive either. And my truck has power. It runs good. I get good fuel mileage. I'm getting like 6.5 miles to the gallon right now. On a good day, I'm getting about. But when I put my foot in it now, it goes way down. Like you can see the fuel. You know what I mean? You can basically just see black smoke blowing out my pipes when I put my foot on it or whatnot. But for the most part, I drive like I got some sense, you know, and doing pretty damn good with it. So I would say the pros of having an older truck, right, would be you don't have to do ELD. And when you don't have to do ELD, you can kind of make a little bit more money than the other guys. You know, like y'all got to shut down to go to sleep. I can still ride if I want to. You know what I mean? Like I play it by ear or whatnot. And another thing, like I worked at the same company with a newer truck. Another thing that I didn't like was about the ELD is they have a company policy to where they don't want us to go like over 70 miles per hour. You know, so my truck right now, it doesn't have a computer in it. So I like to kind of, especially when I'm empty and headed back home, I kind of like to push it up another notch. So I usually run by anywhere from 70 to 75. So I don't have them calling me every time I get up over 70 miles per hour, because this particular company right here, as soon as you get over 70 miles per hour, they calling you, hey, could you please slow down? Could you slow down? And you know, if they have to call you too much, they write you a warning. Then I think it's like the second time you like off for 2 weeks. Then the third time you off for like 6 weeks. And then like the fourth time is termination, you know. But I don't have that problem because they can't track me. They don't know where I am. They can't call me and be like, oh, why are you stopped? You know, that's a thing that I don't really like about that ELD situation. So I'm on paper logs, so I can kind of finagle my way through a lot of stuff and make a lot of more money than the newer trucks, you know. Another pro to this thing right here, man, like, I don't have truck payments, you know, so like, I really don't have to work as hard as somebody that have a big truck payment, you know. I don't have that overhead over my head, you know what I mean? So I love that in a sense, because if I want to go on vacation, you know, and some guys, they get weekly, they get their stuff take out their check weekly. If they leasing a truck, they got to pay weekly payments, and their weekly payments be like $500-600. So if you was to go on a vacation or whatnot, by the time you get back, you already in the hole, you know what I mean? So I don't have to worry about that. So that's another pro with getting an older truck. Another pro with getting like an older model truck, I would say, is that, in my opinion, with my truck, I can't speak for nobody else's truck, because I got a good deal and a good truck. So the downtime, my truck is never down for too long, you know what I mean? Like, the most my truck has been down, and the only reason it was down for 3 days is because the shop that I took it to was full, so they couldn't get to my truck until the last day. But everything that was wrong with my truck could be fixed in like a few hours, you know what I mean? And what else I like about these trucks? They're stronger. I feel like the pro of a older model truck, they're a hell of a lot stronger. You can pull hills better, they pull better. If you got it tuned right, you get better fuel mileage. Even though a lot of people like to say the newer trucks get fuel mileage, it's not too far off. It all depends on how you drive it, because like, I was running, like when I first started this channel, I had a Cascadia. Like, it got good fuel mileage, a little bit better, but I mean, it wasn't too much to where I could like make a drastic, like tell drastically through like my paychecks at the end of the week. You know what I mean? My paychecks be around the same ball figure, you know what I mean, except for like maybe $200 or $300, you know. But other than that, I would rather have the power, because like them Cascadias, this truck here will wipe it out on the hood, on the hill, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have problems on the hills. It ride, to me, the older model trucks ride a hell of a lot smoother to me, you know. And yeah, man, like, it's just a difference between older model trucks and newer model trucks. And then like with the newer model trucks, like, they all look the same. Pretty much they all the same color, you know what I mean? And my truck right here, you know when it's coming down the road. That's a pro to it, because you can tell. There's not too many of these 1992 379 Peterbilts running down the road with straight pipes. You know what I mean? Like, I love vintage looking equipment. I even like vintage looking cars, you know what I mean? So yeah, man. Now, the only con that I say I would have with owning an older model truck is a lot of companies ain't gonna hire you on. Like, before I started back working over here at MC Tank or whatnot, I tried to get a lot of places, you know, because like, my CDL is clean. Like, I have no accidents, no tickets. My PSP score, everything like that is clean. I just couldn't find nowhere to put the truck on at, you know what I mean? Because everybody wants you to have, like, over 2,000, they want you to have that ELD in your truck, you know what I mean? They don't want you out here running crazy like how we used to outlaw it back in the days. They want you to have an ELD in your truck. They want to be able to track you, you know what I mean? And like, the older model trucks, if you can't put an ELD in it, they can't track you, you know. And a lot of companies, they have their customers in like a database to where they can go on a computer and actually see when their load's going to arrive. They can see in real time where you at. With my truck, they can't do that, you know. And in a way, I kind of like that, because I don't like people bothering me. I hate being bothered, you know. Like, one company I used to work for back in the days, man, this guy, we had ELDs in our truck, and this guy still used to call us in the morning wanting the ETA, You know what I mean? He used to call us during the day. Where you at? Where you at? Call me when you get there. He wanted you to call him when you get there. He wanted you to call him when they start unloaded. He wanted you to call him when they finish. He wanted you to call him with an ETA back to the yard. Call with an ETA. And like, I don't like being bothered when I'm driving truck. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think no truck driver likes to be bothered. I like to be in this joint by myself. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to be a truck driver, because I didn't have to worry about anybody like breathing down my back and looking over my shoulder every 5 minutes. I hate that. I hate interacting with people all day. I cannot stand that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a cool person, but I'm not the type of person that likes to be microscope. You know what I mean? Like, under the microscope all the damn time. I like to get my job done. I'm gonna do it correctly. I'm always on time. You know what I mean? Like, I wake up every day. Like, I got a lot of homeboys that'll tell you I'm 2 hours early, if not more, at every appointment time that's set. So if like my appointment time is 8 o'clock, I arrive at the customer at 6. I've been like that since I started driving truck. Sometimes I'll be there before. You know what I mean? I hate being late. Like, that's one thing about me. I hate being late. You know what I mean? But I feel like if I get my job done, you shouldn't have to worry about me. You shouldn't have to need no ETAs or none of that. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't like being bothered. So with the last company that I was at, that was my biggest issue with them. I just don't like being bothered. You know what I mean? And this guy, he wanted to call all day long, asking me questions about where I'm at. I don't like that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even like when my wife asks me where I'm at. You know what I mean? I don't like nobody asking where I'm at or what time I'm gonna be this place, what time nah, I can't stand that. You know what I mean? So that's like my biggest issue. You know what I mean? With having an older truck, I can't take it just anywhere, you know? That would be like the only con that I have with having an older truck. Like, everything else, I love them. You know what I mean? Like, and like having an older truck, like far as like a 379 versus like these new plastic trucks. Like, my truck is all metal. Like, there's no fiberglass on my truck at all. You know what I mean? Like, my truck is all metal. I got a 1992. It's all metal. I don't like. It's just a more solid truck to me. You know what I mean? Like, those new trucks, a rock hit them, they damn near about to fall apart. Like, my truck is built strong, you know? And it has more character to it, I feel like. You know what I mean? Like, it's so much stuff I can do to this truck to bring it up to show quality, you know? But being that I only had the truck like maybe 4-5 months, I don't even think it's been that long yet. I got this truck in, when the hell did I get this truck? I don't even remember when I got this truck, but it been like maybe 4 months. I think I got it in like February. So it been probably, it been about 4 months or so. So by next year, I want to bring this truck up to show quality, but right now, I'm just getting my revenue up. It been paid for itself a long time ago, but I just want to get my revenue up. That way I can bring it up to show quality. That way I can go to the G-Box truck show and, you know what I mean, be out there looking good, feeling good. And I like to look good going down the road anyway, you know. But that's my only con with having like an older model truck. You can't just take it anywhere, you know. But you can get your own authority and work for yourself, you know. And that's my next move right there. That's definitely gonna be my next move, because I want to be able to like find my own loads and, you know, stuff like that. And like this company right here, they're cool, but they got a lot of turnaround. They got a lot of shit going on in the office or whatnot. So you will get one dispatcher, get used to that dispatcher, the dispatcher get used to you, and then some shit will go on in the office, and then next thing you know, the dispatcher walking out. Now you got to have a whole nother dispatcher that learns you, and you got to learn that dispatcher. And I'm just tired of that, you know what I mean? So I'd rather be my own dispatcher and find my own loads, you know what I mean? But like, I want to get to the newer trucks, the pros with newer trucks. and this is, I had a bunch of new trucks. I done drove a lot of new trucks. And I say the pros with that, you could take them anywhere. You know what I mean? You don't have no problem signing them on because everybody wants the newer trucks or whatnot. Most of them have warranty, you know, so really you don't have to. The only issue I got with warranty, right? When you take your truck in for warranty, like I had that Cascadia I think it was like a 2016 or 2017. It still had warranty on it. My biggest issue with having the warranty, right, was I would take it to the dealer. The dealer would have my truck for 6 weeks, right? So the money that I would have spent getting the actual problem fixed, I would have actually made more if I was just to fix it out my pocket and go to work. If I'm off for 6 weeks, I'm losing revenue. Yeah, I might only have to put a $500 deductible down, but look at all the revenue I lost, you know? That was my only issue with the warranty or whatnot. And I don't know if it's just like the places in South Carolina that's slow like that have your truck for 6 weeks just sitting there before they even decide to fix it, or that's with all warranties. But man, like they used to have my truck. It was 2 separate occasions to where my warranty kicked in and the dealership had my truck for like 6 weeks both times, and I lost so much revenue. You talking about if my truck was grossing $4,000 a week and I'm off for 6 weeks, that's a whole hell of a lot of revenue that I missed. Way more than what I would have did if I was just to fix it out my pocket. You know what I mean? So that's my big stink about that, like owning a new truck or whatnot. I feel like a pro would be with the new trucks, DOT bother you less. That's another con that I would have with the older model trucks. DOT, I guess they able to look at your license plate tag before you get in the scale house. So they're more likely to bother me in my 1992 than bother a truck that's a 2017, 2018, or a brand new truck. They're more likely to bother me than bother that truck. So that's definitely a pro because it's less downtime dealing with DOT, and I hate dealing with DOT. I do not like dealing with DOT at all. I don't care how good my truck looks, how in shape it is. A DOT officer said, he told me one day that he can find problems on a brand new truck. So that basically tell me if they want, they can find something wrong with your truck even if it's nothing wrong with it. You know what I mean? So that's a pro about having a newer truck. And of course, you know, like a lot of the stuff on newer trucks brand new, so everything works. You know what I mean? You don't have much electrical problems, none of that. You know what I mean? Like you don't have like the all of the wear and tear that would be on an older model truck. Like my truck, at first when I bought my truck, I had electrical problems and all that. You don't really find that when you buy newer trucks or whatnot. And another pro with the newer trucks, they're aerodynamic. A lot of them are, so they probably will get better fuel mileage, I'll say. But it costs to be the boss, and I love riding in my big old hood, man. My large car. I don't like some things you just gotta make a sacrifice for, and I love riding in large cars. I love, you know what I mean, just looking over that big hood or whatnot. I love the feeling I get when other truck drivers looking at my large car and they like, damn driver, that's a nice one right there. I remember my truck can spark conversations from older drivers because they can be like, well damn, that's a 1992, man. Yeah, man, that's when trucking was good back in 1992. My truck sparks conversation. When you look at these newer trucks, like these Cascadias and Volvos and stuff like that, it don't really spark conversation like that because nobody really likes them about the companies. They the only one that like them shit. I don't like them at all. I like my large cars. But another pro, I don't even know much I can even say about them newer trucks. I really don't like them. at all, you know what I mean? So we just gonna jump into the cons with the newer trucks. The cons with the newer trucks, the goddamn DEF system. That would be the biggest con that I would have with a newer truck. Those DEF systems are terrible. They will have you down a lot. They will have you spending unnecessary money. They'll have you broke down on the side of the road. Like, I don't know if y'all seen, my truck was in the shop and I was driving the company truck. A simple knock sensor had their truck that I was driving, the loaner truck, had it going 45 miles per hour. It was derating or whatnot. So I was trying to like reset it. I looked on YouTube and see how to reset it, and I was able to actually get it back to South Carolina from Tennessee. But it's so many sensors on them newer trucks, so it's ridiculous. And they will have you broke down, and them damn sensors not cheap at all. Those sensors will break your pocket, I'm telling you. Another con with those trucks, to me, they all look the same. You know what I mean? Like, nobody want to be riding around and everybody look the damn same. At least not me. I like to look different. You know what I mean? It's not much that you can do to them newer trucks at all, you know? Another con, they don't have no sound. Like when I crank my truck up, all you hear, rum, rum. You know what I mean? Them trucks don't have no sound. They just sound like a low whistle tune. They got a low whistle tune. Another con, regen. I hate having to regen a truck, because you might be stuck somewhere doing a regen for an hour and a half. That's time that you could have been riding on the road. I hate doing a regen with those newer trucks, so that's definitely a con. Like I said, a con is you gotta run ELDs with those trucks. You know what I mean? So it kind of affects your money in a little bit, in a low way. And like another thing that I really don't like about ELDs, right? Like I got a certain, and a lot of drivers probably feel the same way, I have a certain sleep pattern, right? So it feels like when you turn that ELD on, you rushing against that clock. As the before, when you could do the paper logs, you could pull over and get a 2 or 3 hour nap, jump back up and keep on riding. As with the ELD on, you take a 3 or 4 hour nap, you cutting into your time now. So that's why a lot of drivers with this ELD thing, they start wrecking because they rushing against the clock. You know what I mean? As the before, you could have just, if you get tired, you pull over, finagle your logbook a little bit and keep it moving. The ELDs is like you rushing against the clock. Another con, I would say, I say the power. A lot of these newer trucks, they don't have power at all, and I'm thinking it's because that the DEF system. Because I know a couple guys that got their DEF system deleted, and they say they truck had plenty power after. It was getting better fuel mileage. Everything was good to go after they got the DEF system deleted. But certain states you go in and they found out that you take that DEF system off, you might have to pay like a $10,000 fine, I think is what it is. And they're going to make you put it right back on there. You know what I mean? So I don't even know if it's worth taking that shit off, you know? But yeah, that's probably about my big stink with them newer trucks. You know what I mean? Not saying they bad trucks. It's just everybody that I know that bought a newer truck, they just always in the shop. And I don't know if I would like all that downtime. That's a lot of downtime when you're trying to run a business. Like your goal in business should be to run your truck as cost efficient as you can. You know what I mean? Like I do a lot of preventative maintenance. Like a lot of the times I put my truck in the shop, it's me doing preventative maintenance. It's not me, you know what I mean, like breaking down anywhere. I put my truck in the shop. All of the times that my truck been in the shop is because I put it in there. It's never broken down on me at all, you know. So I'll see something about to go wrong and I fix it before it goes wrong. You understand? So yeah, man, that's about it with that, man. I'm gonna wrap this video up a little bit. You know what I mean? That's about it. The pros and cons of a newer versus an older truck. So y'all can take it for what y'all want, man. You know, hopefully y'all make a good decision. But when you looking at older model trucks, even though I say going older model is better than messing with a newer model truck, take a mechanic with you if you are not mechanically inclined. I'm telling you, when you go get a new truck and you don't have warranty, take a mechanic with you and get that truck checked out properly. Because unfortunately, we do have people out here that is not honest. You know what I mean? And they will see you coming a mile away, they'll jack the price up on you, and you will get a lemon. And you will be like, well, damn, Louis, you told me to get an older model truck. Nah, I'm telling you, take a mechanic with you when you go get an older model truck. For real. Oh yeah, y'all, while we at it, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, share, and bring your asses back. Peace. Louis gang, Louis gang, Louis gang.